guys, Tammy here from Formflex Compound, and I got some questions about doing the burning method with Formflex. Now, I don't know if this will work with other air dry clays. As you can see, I'm going to use this napkin. I separated it. It was a 3-ply. Okay, so I took the 1-ply off and then discovered it was a 3-ply. So then I removed the other ply. Basically, what I'm doing here is this is going to be an eyeglass holder, and this is just a thing that I got at the Goodwill that I'll go ahead and put in there, and then you put your eyeglasses on it. This was 48 cents at Hobby Lobby. It had a clip up here that I'll cover the hole with either a casting or something, but it will actually set up right like this, so you'll be able to put your eyeglasses on there, keys, whatever you have, curling iron, it doesn't really matter, but it's a great, wonderful gift ideal. So what I'm going to show is how easy this is. I haven't done it for a while, and somebody asked me about it, and I thought, okay, well, now is a good time to do it. I'm just going to go ahead and cover this with some Mod Podge. I'm just kind of trying to see what colors I want. I want a little bit of every color. You guys, these are hydrangea, but I'm just going to use them anyway. Maybe not the right colors that you want. And I just to make it easier to work with, I'm just going to cut my napkin down like so. And I want more pink, and I don't care if the burgundy or the red's on there. That's all. But you can base coat them. You can leave them not base coated when you do this method. That might be a little small. That's going to be awfully close to the edge, so I don't want that one. I need something bigger. How about this one here? You think this is bigger? Mm-hmm. But you can also say that you run into that issue. You can do pieces as well. You know, you don't have to have the biggest piece or whatever. You can put pieces together as you do this, okay? So anything will actually work. I'm just kind of being kind of picky here. But like you can see that right there would work on it. You can cover it, or you could put more of this on it. You just want to make sure that you get your sides covered really well so when you burn it back. So all you have to do is just take some Mod Podge, and I'm going to put it all over the entire casting, okay? Now, when I got this Mod Podge out, it's really thick, so it should, I hope it works well and it doesn't rip my napkin apart. But you can use it also with tissue paper. Tissue paper lately, I've had a really hard time finding small prints in tissue paper. I like using the tissue paper a lot. I just can't find anything that is got small prints on it for this method.
Do you want me to rinse out your brush for you, or?
Not yet. So then what I want to do is I want to lay this down. I'm going to take a soft brush. It's been a while, like I said, since I did this, and I can't remember if I liked a stiffer brush or a softer brush. So we're just going to try it with a soft one. And all you want to do is start laying it down and pouncing it in. Not so hard that you rip your napkin, okay? You don't want to rip your napkin, but you want to make sure that you've got that all pounced in, okay? Really good. Now, the key to this is, one time when I showed this, when I very first showed this, long time ago, a few years ago as well, somebody didn't, I don't know, she got her whole casting all burnt and smoky on the underneath, okay? And you can see this texture will pop as soon as that dries and you put your top coat. Don't start burning it with all this extra on there, okay? You should really kind of let it dry a little bit before you start burning it, because it's going to burn right up to the edge. Now, I have no idea if this will work with other stuff, but it works with Formflex. And it, oh my gosh, when you do this with the sunflowers, you guys, it's absolutely gorgeous. So here, let's just,
How about a smaller piece?
yeah, I'm gonna rip some of this apart. I was gonna show how you can kind of put the two together. You know, I would kind of rip it so that you get, so that you don't have a smooth edge. But you can go back in with your waxes and stuff, and you can kind of cover this. Amber, if you want to show them what mold I'm using right now. I'm using a LeBlanc mold, and I didn't do the leaves
Stems.
on it, yeah, because I don't want the stems. I'm going to show you something else. So kind of like that, I'm going to put this together, I think, like that. Do you think that looks like a good combination? I do.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be beautiful.
Okay, so we're going to do some Mod Podge on this side. And you don't want it so goopy, you know, that you're gonna rip your napkin when you push into it. You guys, this is so easy, and it can make you look like you're quite the artist as well, because it will look like it's all hand painted. Don't lay it all down at once. Start working, like, keep it up and pounce, because if you lay it all down at once, what's going to happen is you're going to rip your napkin, because once you start pouncing, then your napkin has nowhere to go. And if you, like here, I might have not, like right here, I might have not got the whole thing. You can either go back and do that, but usually whenever I use this method, you guys, I go in and use waxes or something to cover the edges, so I don't worry about it. Now if you're worried about it, go back in and do that. But what happens is when you use the wax, it brings up all the details in your casting, okay? And then I'm just going to take a little bit more here and do the same type of thing. I'm going to go this way, I think. It doesn't really matter if you overlap. I'm going to make sure I don't pick up the...
Mod Podge brush.
Yeah. But you can see there how I'm just pouncing that into the details. I won't be able to put wax on this because it won't be dry, but if you can imagine, all the details and all the leaves will pop in this as soon as you're done. And the easiest way to do it is just turn it over like this and cut off as much the excess of napkin as you can, or tissue paper, either one. I like to go into, so I don't have to burn as much and it will burn quickly, is I'll go in like this and I'll clip. If you're a seamstress, you know, clipping, and that will help take that back. You know, just be sure that you clip. I don't know what happened when she didn't clip that, but what I'm thinking is that she burned from underneath like this and had a whole bunch left on it. So I'm going to do the same thing to this one, so you can see how that's all adhered there. And I'm just going to go ahead. Amber, you can show them here, I'll show you one of the ideas that I have that would be really pretty. Especially, I love animal prints, and just something really cool. This is a magnet, and I thought this would be really cool, done with some gold or silver for in the kitchen. Okay, and use it on that fleur-de-lis, and then go back in and touch it with your waxes, okay? Or you could antique it, but that's a magnet to go on the refrigerator, okay? So now what you want to do, I've got all that on there. Be sure that you're safe. Yeah, wow, this is heavier than I thought. I was expecting it to be light. And I'm just going to go ahead and burn the edges. We got a fan on it, and that's the reason I think it was burning so fast. You guys, it's so hot here. I mean, it just like took off. And then just kind of knock the burn stuff off.
Notice she got a bowl of water underneath of her to do it.
Be safe with it. Don't get your house on fire. And you can knock all the burned stuff off, like so. And then what you want to do is you just want to go back over that with a layer of Mod Podge and see the back side of it, okay? You can see where it goes into every crack. This is still a little wet, so don't get the burned stuff on it because it could pick it up. But that just kind of shows you can't really see the detail that great there. Once you wax it, you could, or put a stain on it and anything. I mean, you could do an antique. You could do, I'd do metallics is what I'd do, metallic wax. Same thing here. I'm going to do the same thing again. I'll be a little more mindful of that fan being on. I didn't even think about that fan. I was like, wow, this one's burning really fast.
Well, I even took it out of the...
Yeah.
It's the overhead one, though, too.
Yeah, we've got 2 fans on. But just kind of watch it. I mean, you guys, this is so simple. Anybody can do it. This looks so pretty. I've done some that look like china plates. Some of the tissue paper that I got. But see, you can see there. I know it doesn't... Once you touch this up with wax and that, then the design in the flower will actually just pop right out. So brush it lightly with Mod Podge. And your wax acts as a sealer, so you can spray this, you can leave it just like this and use your Mod Podge as your sealer and then wax it, because you don't have to worry about that once you wax it. But there's older videos where I done the sunflowers, I did moldy trim work with it, and it really turned out really pretty. Okay. And I mean, this is just a whole different effect. And once you're done with it, it kind of looks like you went in and shaded it all and painted it all. But you could do this with anything. You could do it with the IOD rooster mold. You could do it with any kind of flowers, anything like that. So we'll let those set there to dry. I will show you like one more. Okay, this one, I should have done this at the same time. But the other thing is too, I thought, well, I'll show you a leaf. And let's see here.
Grab one from the edge, maybe over there.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the leaf I might need to do 2 of
Pieces.
them.
Yeah.
Because this leaf is a little bit longer. But it also, you kind of get the same effect with the leaf. Maybe put this one down and then do another piece.
Yeah.
I think that would work. Okay. So we're gonna.
Do you want me to get you another piece off of here?
Yeah. I won't
Sorry,
need
Mom.
very much. And you guys, you really, like I said, you can let these dry for just a little bit. Oh, crud. Now I got it in my hands. Okay. And that's one thing. Don't get the Mod Podge on your hands, because then you stick to your napkin. But just lay it down, pounce, pounce, pounce. I want some more green, maybe right
There you
where
go.
this big white spot is. Okay, let me cut this down. I don't know, I don't think I Mod Podged the whole thing, but maybe I did. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this back right here, because I don't want that white in there. Okay, so what I'm trying to show you is, I was trying to show you how you could do 2 pieces to get the colors that you wanted, maybe. But I just
You
need
burn
a
it first?
little. I just need a little tiny bit. See where that white
Here's
is? I want to
some.
cover it. Like this might go in there. without the white, you think?
Yeah.
Just put that in there, and then
Yep.
when I burn it, that will be gone. This edge is smooth. I'd rather have it. Now I'm gonna make my piece too small. We'll see. But that covers it up like that.
Yep.
Yeah. So you can just go back in. Pick this up. I'm so left-handed that I turn everything the opposite way of the camera. But there you go. See? There's two put together like that. And then you just cut the excess off, let it dry, and then burn it back. So that's kind of to show you how you could do a leaf, and all this would be gone. And it is really, really pretty to go
Are you
with
gonna
that.
burn it back or not yet?
Not, I'm gonna give it a second to dry on the sides here. Let me see.
And you've always said, you know, the brush you use depends on how much detail in that. You know, the rougher ones can help you get in deeper.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I better be doing it over here. I know you might be off camera.
I can see most of it.
Yeah, see, it's too wet. See what happens when it's too wet? It won't catch on fire. See? So you want to let it dry a little bit in order to get that nice, crisp, clean end. So let it dry, like I let the one dry for a little bit and went and did the other one, and then it doesn't take much to let them dry. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you quick is only because there's a lot of people that are new to FormFlex. And see this right here? This I made just before we came on, okay? And this is made with color compound, okay? So I have my color here. You guys, once you mix this up, depending on what you use, if you use mica powder, you can use it.
Easier.
Yeah, it dries really. I mean, it doesn't get soft. The compound doesn't get soft. Now I didn't use that, but yeah, this is fine. I made it up just before we came on. But if your clay, like if you're adding a lot of color to it, and you want some really deep, rich color, you want to put the colored compound in the refrigerator for probably an hour or so, depending on how
And we
thin
use
it gets.
1/8 of a teaspoon of a light green and 1/8 of a teaspoon of a dark
But
green
we
to
didn't-
get that color.
Yeah, I didn't. Oh, see, that's coming right out. Got a little too much cornstarch in there. I was just gonna do a small one so that I could show you how this really works out well, because once this casting dries, all you have to do, I don't know if that's gonna stay, but okay, and then I'm just gonna clean up my casting. And then I'm gonna pull it out. And I only want part of these leaves. I don't want the whole, that's why I didn't make the whole piece with it, because I wanna tuck these and bend these up underneath my flowers coming out, okay? So now you got this, you got that, and really all you have to do on that is a really simple wash. I'm going to show you, I wasn't going to show this, Amber goes, Mom, I thought you weren't going to do that, but I want to show you how easy it is to get a wash. Take a paper towel, you want to get me a paper towel with some water. You can use baby wipes on this as well. So what I do is, you want to get me I'll show you quick.
What do you need?
A paper towel with some water on it. Sometimes the baby wipes, these are actual hand sanitizer ones. So there's a lot of alcohol in them, and sometimes these will pull too much paint off. Okay, but I've showed this many, many times. Take your casting, spray it, not soak it, but spray it. and then take a brush. I'm just going to use this one. And you can put this all over your casting. Okay. And you want to make sure that you get it down in the cracks. It's kind of the same way as when you add water to paint and then wipe it back. But this way it does all your shading. And on those leaves, that's what I would do. I'd go in with a darker green and just spray my casting with water, wipe it back, and your leaves are done. And you look like a pro. I've never used this color. I don't know. I thought it was so pretty when I saw it. I got it at Hobby Lobby. And again, this is a redesigned mold that I only casted the flower, not all the pieces. And you can just wipe it back as much as you want. I've showed this done with roses. I've showed it done with all different kinds of flowers. I think this is one of the best methods. And you don't have to worry about the Formflex, because Formflex is water resistant. I would say it's waterproof, but somebody will prove me wrong, but it's about as waterproof as you can get without water resistant. Okay, so I'm trying to get right there. I see a spot where there's no paint. Okay. Wait, it is hot. You can see it drying.
I know, that's how come I said
But see there, so there's a paper towel with water. Like I said, baby wipes will probably, they work because I've used them before, but these alcohol ones, man, they'll pull your paint right off. But you can see how pretty all that detail comes back. And I mean, you look like you've really done some artwork on there. If you wipe off too much, add some more, do it again, okay? But that kind of shows you how pretty that is. So that would be another way you could do it. You could do the same thing with these if you wanted and mix them in with those. I can't put the wax on that. Okay, so the colored clay, now I'm gonna show you how I mix it really quick, because this is a question I get. Like I said, the mica powders, chalk paint works, everything works. If your clay gets soft because you add so much to it to get the color that you want, all you have to do is, oh man, I got pink paint all over me. All you have to do is put it in the refrigerator. Okay, is this the white? Yeah. So I'm gonna have, I wanted to do this at the very end. Oh, up here, wait, you guys, I'll show you something else. Everybody's seen what I was working on. I've been working on it forever. It's a good thing it's a Christmas gift. But Formflex also works on your cups. You can put it in the microwave. You can put it in the dishwasher. The thing that it depends on is your glue. I've made a lot of, I can't really say the name on camera, but I've made a lot of type of cups, okay? And then I've made magnolia cups. But I was working on this whole set here. You've probably seen I made a lamp. I've done everything with it. And I thought these cups, to kind of stick with the black and white, these are from the dollar store, but I had some extra castings. So I thought that I would just put, you know, some trim down here. Make sure you can use the dishwasher safe Mod Podge or not. It can go in the microwave. We tested in the microwave. It's not going to hurt it. And if you have to, you know, 3 minutes, or I think what Brett tested, 3.5 or something, he just kept pushing the microwave.
Probably,
and it's like, yeah, you need to get a new cup of coffee, but it doesn't, it's fine in the microwave. So that's another thing. So what I'm going to show, oh, I put the colored clay in with my white. Oh, I don't want to do that.
Whoops.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna have, this is a different green now here, because I think this brighter green, this, doing the green paint, any, coloring your clay, I've showed it where I've made different colored flowers in the same mold, like I did red roses and pink roses all in the same mold. It is messy. Somebody said, do your hands get dirty? Absolutely, they get dirty, but they wash. And I'll just have Amber squeeze a little bit, or, well, I guess I can start. Hopefully, maybe that's enough. I don't know if it will be. But this is a great holly color, and then just go in and color it with a darker green. Make your holly out of this for Christmas time.
Oh, that's a great green.
Yeah, it's a really, I don't know if it shows up well on camera, but now you see why I want it to do it last, and just work it in. And if your your compound gets a little sticky, you can always add a bit more cornstarch to it. But all you'd have to do is go in and dry brush your leaves. There'd be no work to it whatsoever. Pick a green that you like, and remember it kind of dries darker than what it looks. But I mean, this would be great for Halloween leaves too, fall,
Yep.
anything like that. Just pick something. The reason I didn't want to mix this one up again is because I'm almost out of that color of paint. And I said, no, I got to finish up some
Yeah.
projects using that. And I have just a little bit. So I went back and got some different green. But there you go. That's all there is to it. This isn't
Be
really.
great for
I didn't
St. Patrick's Day too.
Yeah, I didn't have to add that much paint to it. You could add a little cornstarch. Sometimes some of the paints, you have to add so much to them that they can really make it sticky. But what I do is I would put this back in a Ziploc bag, stick it in the refrigerator, leave it out to let the air hit it or something. But this one you could go ahead and work with right away. And that would be really, really pretty used at Christmas time.
Be really pretty for St. Patrick's Day too.
Yeah, St. Patrick's Day, anything. It really leaves you can't go wrong because you can shade them with another color to tone them down, brighten them up, whatever.
Right.
So I think that's all I have. I showed you that. The other thing is, you guys, these were 50 cents at the Amazon sale store or whatever, they're candles. And I thought, I just wanted to show you could paint this glass, put your Dixie Belle primer on it, paint this, and then you could add Formflex to it. And they're soy candles, and they smell
You can add
amazing.
them this
Yeah.
way.
Any way you want. I'm just
Do
trying
it
to make
this
sure
way.
that I use up all the castings that I had painted, only because I don't like to let them sit around.
So see, they
because I
came with
won't.
the
Yeah.
label, but
And you could
cover
put,
the label.
you could do this too. You could put some trim on it. But I don't like to leave the castings, especially this odd color, because probably I'm not going to use this color again. But you could see how pretty that would be, and what a great gift. And it was 50 cents. So anyway, that's it. And I hope that you enjoy this. I hope that you will share it or sprinkle it to anybody that you think might enjoy this video. We hope that we give you some inspiration.
If you aren't already a part of it, join our Formflex Compound Creations Facebook group.
Yeah, so, and be sure to follow and like us, you guys. It's
rough out there.
FB, it's rough right now. So yeah, if you want to make sure that you're following us, we'd appreciate that. And that allows us to continue to create content and get our product out there. So everyone have a great week, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.